Hey, first and foremost, I would like to give all honors, praises, glory belongs to my Lord and Savior. Name is Yahweh, by Sham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Mahavakar Kwadash. Honors to the apostles that are in the Holy Spirit, and to the hopeful elect across the globe, and to the few, the very few brothers and sisters that are listening and also learning, in hopes of being saved within these last days, because you know we're living in the last days of the last days, right? And today I didn't have a particular topic, so what we're going to do is just trust in the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, and just He's going to guide us into all things, as it says, right? The Comforter will guide you. So sometimes we do these lessons and we don't have nothing written down. Well, because you're depending on Yahweh Shai and His Spirit. So without further ado, we're going to start off on Matthews. Actually, we're going to start off on Psalms. And you might see me moving about a lot because they're trying to emit, yes, these cult groups. I've got about 6 bars on my phone, 6 bars, which means someone is they're backpedaling of your signal, whether it's the police or whether it's these cult members. That's what they're doing. They try to backpedal off your signal. Okay, they're taught these things. But anyways, we're gonna go to Psalms. Probably listening in to what we're saying. This is Psalms. You know they live in fear. We got Psalm 7. We got Psalms 8. Hold on just a minute. This is Psalms 8. We're gonna get straight to it. It says, "Out of the mouth of babes and sucklers has thou ordained strength." Key thing. Out of the mouth of babes and sucklings. What are them babes? Who are them babes? Who are them sucklings? That the babes and sucklings are the young men in this truth. Jeremiah was young when he began teaching, and several other men, they were young. So out of the mouth of babes and sucklings, okay, has he ordained strength because of thine enemies, and thou mightest still the enemy and avenger. The enemy and avenger would be who? The adversary, the one that comes up against us, the one that tries to hinder us. Okay. When I consider thy heavens, the work of thy fingers, the moon and the stars which thou hast ordained, what is man that art mindful unto him? So when you look at all these things, what is man that you are even mindful of man? With all these other things that the Lord's created, what is man? What are we to the Father? All these other things He's created. hmm And it says, "For thou hast made him little lower than the angels and has crowned him with glory and honor." Little lower than the angels, brothers. And he's been crowned with glory and honor. Speaking about Yahweh Shai, by the way, we can go to that in Hebrews. That has made him to have dominion over all thy works of thy hands, that has put all things under his feet. Everything is under Yahweh Shai's feet. Everything. Hmm? Everything is under Yahweh Shai's feet. Everything. The principalities, the demons, whatever, the jinns, whatever you want to, that's under the subjected to Yahweh Shai, under his feet. It has no power over you. You have to remember that. Today, I want you to say, "I'm more than a conqueror," right? I don't want you to go out there with a victim mindset because you somewhat already know what's going to happen and how people are going to act. I don't want you to do that because they're betting off you reacting in that way. So I want you to step out with the day knowing that you are more than a conqueror and more victors. Ain't no victims over here, even though they may want them. If you're over them, if they're under your feet, that's different. You have victory. We're treading upon those serpents. We're treading upon those them scorpions. Too many people, they don't walk in that power that they've been given. You got a lot of Christians. They approach life with scarcity, victim mentality. We're not supposed to approach the world like that. We're not supposed to approach it like that. You're supposed to be joyful, not walking around. Now there is oppression. Yeah, we know that. Hmm? There is oppression. Look at the planes, the helicopters, cult members, ex-army. Yeah, there's oppression, but Yahweh has given us the power to overcome those things. Okay? So let's slow it down. The mouth of sucklings. We're going to go to Matthews 11 and 25. Okay, let's slow it down today. Hmm? Matthews 11, 20. I didn't go far today. What's the need to go far? I don't have to prove myself to anyone. Now, sometimes I might go a bit further, but today I thought, nah, not today. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that today. No, I don't have to prove myself to man and put on this show, this bravado in this show. For you don't have to do that. You just have to be genuine. You have to be real. There's too much fakes out here. Too much bloody fakes and phonies. Go to Matthews 11. Oh, but they're gonna know where you are. Well, of course they're gonna know where you are. You're under a COINTELPRO program. Of course they're gonna know where you are. You know what COINTELPRO is? COINTELPRO, which was used on political people, revolutionaries, and so forth. Example: Malcolm X said he was being watched so hard. Anytime he would take a step, they would know he was taking a step. That's how hard he was being watched. Excuse me. These are COINTELPRO programs, bro. Doesn't matter where you go. Don't matter. So you don't need to prove yourself. Oh well, maybe if you go further. No, it does help. I'm not gonna lie. It helps when you go further because you're not gonna see the same people, and certain things, the dynamic of things are gonna be different. But they can still see you. They got satellites. They have apps. They have cult members. They have an army. So you don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You just need to stay within the confines of the scriptures, and everything else will work itself out. Play in their game. You know, you shouldn't. Don't play on their terms. Matthews 11 and 25. And at that time, Yahushua answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent. You know, a lot of things we know, it's been hidden from the wise of this world and the prudent. That's including the Pharisees. That's including like technicians, people that are considered wise within this system. Mm? And has revealed them unto babes. We just read that in Psalms. The babes are the young men in this truth. Mysteries are revealed unto them. Hmm. A lot of secret things are revealed unto the babes in Mashiach. Even so, Father, so it seemed good in thy sight. All things are delivered unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son but the Father. Neither knoweth any man the Father save the Son, and to whomsoever the Son will reveal him, and to whoever the Son will reveal him. So the Son reveals the Father to the elect. You can't go to the Father except you have the Son. This is how this is done. This is how this is done. You have to go through the Son in order to get to the Father. You can't go directly to the Father because you've got a lot of people say the Most High. You've got to go to the Son first. So we've established that. Let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, it did say, and you made him a little lower than the angels and has crowned him with glory and honor. Mm, glory and honor. So now, when it says little lower than the angels, we're also going to jump to Hebrews 1. A little lower. See if we can find this. Mm-mm-mm. Bear me just a minute, brothers and sisters. So we're gonna go to Hebrews 1. Come on. Okay. So I'm laughing because I'm thinking about something. When I read this, I'm thinking about something. Let's go to Hebrews 1. And we're gonna jump straight to it. God, who at sundry times in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. You've always had prophets, by the way. These prophets would always speak up. You've always had prophets that were sent at different times. Okay? Having these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds. Who's the heir of all things? The prince of all things. A heir is a joint ruler. Yahweh Shai. Right? He's the heir of everything. We're joint heirs with him as well. We're known as Israel, Yasharala, which means prince. Brothers, we're princes, man. My brothers are princes out here. You can say king now, but the king is Yahweh Shai. Right? I'd rather say princes because the prince is under a king. So we're the prince of the power. So you got to conduct yourself in that way as well. Okay, like you're a prince. Okay? Don't conduct yourself like a nigger. Conduct yourself like a prince. Our people are princes, man. And you can say kings. You can say kings. Because in Revelations it says I forgot how it goes. Revelations 5, and we are going to be kings as well, right? Revelations 5 with Yahweh Shai, joint rulers. Okay, but you got to believe that as well. You got to carry yourself in that manner, right? But a lot of people don't see themselves in that manner. Too busy watching the bando trap music, all them things there. Yeah, that's low vibrational, by the way. Right? You got to see yourself as a king, as a prince, because we are princes, we are kings. Okay, and it says, "Oh no, I better not smile." No, the moment you start smiling or anything, that's why. Yeah, let's come after him. Let's come after him. He looks a bit too happy. He looks too happy. No. Let's come up. This what people are doing, bro. Yeah, let's come after him. He's smiling. He's smiling. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. The man's smiling. Yeah. We're gonna come after him. Yeah, we're gonna teach him. Yeah, if you're happy, you better keep that to yourself. Happy is he that hath the power of Jacob as his help. Keep it to yourself. Yeah, keep that to yourself. If you're doing good, keep that to yourself. Nobody wants to see you do good. Nobody cares. If you're doing bad, oh yeah, they love that. Tell me about it. Are you doing bad? Tell me everything about it. They're like, yes. Oh, what? You're not depressed? I'll never forget a family member said that. Because I remember I was depressed not too long ago, and they're like, you're depressed, like, oh, what, really? I never thought you could. Yeah, brother. Sometimes we suffer with them things there. But it's nobody wants to hear about you doing good, so it doesn't really matter. Don't let nobody know. If you tell people you're doing good, then that's bad news for them. So it's better you tell them things are going bad. Maybe you get less trouble then. If you tell people are doing good, that's when they're gonna come after you. Just let them know you're doing bad. You're not doing so well. And watch that. Watch. You're gonna see that smirk. I keep telling you, this world is not the same anymore. It's not the same. And it says, who being brightness of his glory and express image of his person, more in Hebrews 1 and 3, and upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purged our sins, sat down on the right hand of the majesty on high, sat down at the right hand of the majesty on high, right hand. So he's on the right hand of the Heavenly Father. And guess who we're talking about? We're talking about Yahweh Shai, who you ignorantly call Yahweh Shai. All right, let me show you the views, by the way. Kind of switched it up today. Let me show you the views. Got some little flats this side as well. Baba Kishore. Show you the views. But guess what? The views shouldn't matter anyway. Oh yeah. But you got to, bro. We're not here to impress anyone. You want to see the views? They're the views. You happy now? You happy now? You happy? Baba Kishore. There's the views. You happy now? doing this so people could be, oh, it's boring. No, it's not Well, it's not boring to me. And I'm getting more subscribers and more likes. And then I never asked for more subscribers and more likes. But guess what? People are interested. So what are you talking about? Yeah, but it's boring. No, it's not boring. You just don't believe. You just don't believe. Hmm? This ain't a form of that showbiz thing. This is real life. We talk about real life events. Do something new. Well, I am doing something new. Haven't you watched the videos? Right? Went to Hackney last week. Right? Dawston. Finsbury. I was at Arsenal station. Football. What's it? Football thing. Don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? Right? Okay. What are you talking about? That's why you should only seek to please the Lord Jehovah Shai. Forget all the other stuff. Okay. Hello. Hello. Oh, good shot. You got this lady with her short hair. They pick certain women out for you as well. You know that, right? They hand select certain women as well. Okay. They got the short hair ones. You know why they got the short hair ones for me? Because I like to draw short haired women, by the way. You know, with the crop hairstyle and all that. So they bring out the short haired women, which shows you they know what you're doing. The handlers keep them notes, basically. What is he like? What is he like? Then they send them women. Mhm. That's what they do. Mhm. They send them women out. They send them, yeah. Because this world's about temptation, but let's go back to it. And it says, being much more better than the angels, as he hath by inheritance obtained a more excellent name than they. Who's that speaking about? Yahushua. A more excellent name than they, right? Because he's Kings of Kings, Lord of Lords. So therefore, yeah, he's obtained a more better name. Mhm. For unto which of the angels said he at any time, thou art my son, this day I have begotten thee. And again I will be to him a father, and he shall be to me a son. And again, when he bringeth in the first begotten into the world, he saith, let all the angels of God worship him. And the angels, he saith, who maketh his angels spirits and his ministers a flaming of fire. Speak about the angels, right? What are the angels? They are ministers. So in other words, they minister for the elect. That's what they do. That's their job, to minister. So every brother has an angel or angels assigned to them to help them, to guide them, to help them, to minister unto them. They're ministering spirits. Okay, some brothers have two. Well, a lot of brothers have two. Some have one. But yes, just know you have angels assigned to you. Okay, just know that. And I want to bring out a lot of stuff as well about these groups. You got to be careful about a lot of these groups because you got to speak your testimony. Because when you're speaking your testimony, guess what that's doing? You're basically destroying the lies. And there was a lot of things that have happened. They're not telling you. Basically, there was a cult. Yeah, there was a cult that that was after you, and this cult tried to sacrifice you. This was a cult. That's what. Yes, that's what they tried to do. No, they're not, bro. They're not going to tell you that, but that's what happened. Hmm. That's what happened. And they tried to slander your name, and they tried to defame you, and they came after you. Um, I don't know all the ins and outs. You could have been someone that was disclosing. You could have been someone that was disclosing their secrets. You could have been disclosing their secrets, or they just didn't like you because you have a light. Bro, these things were happening. The reason why you got to speak your testimony, because when you speak testimony, the lies, they get, they go. They don't want you to speak your testimony. That's not what they want. But they were trying to really do some evil stuff to you, bro. Ready do some evil stuff to you. Just like these two women that are going to walk past, they look like they're part of the army or part of some secret cult group, right? A lot of this stuff goes hidden, goes unnoticed. Yeah, you have cults, you have cults, modern day cults that target people. Oh, yes, that sacrifice people. This still happens today under the radar. And I told you, these cults, they have links to organizations and government and the army. So yes, this is real. It's not made up. And if they can turn your family against you, they do that. If they can isolate you, they would isolate. If they can, they would do that. Hmm? What's a cult? Cult is short for the occult. And in Deuteronomy it says, you shall not seek a wizard or none of those things. You should not seek a medium. So when you're into the occult, that's what you're doing. You're seeking out mediums. That's what you're doing. And the scripture says you shall not seek out mediums. And I think you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be seeking out no mediums. Yeah, these are cult groups, bro. You got them that operate. Yes, secret ones as well. That operate in stealth mode. Yes, yes, yes. All right. What's the word for cult? Is short for occult. What's the occult? Hidden knowledge. So they have this hidden knowledge. And with this hidden knowledge, guess what they've been doing? They've been manipulating the public and governments with this hidden knowledge. Yes. Some call it esoteric. Some call it, this is what they use, man. Right? Let me pan the camera, man. Panning the camera. Hold on just a minute. Right? Ex-army. You tell it's ex-army because they dress like ex-army. Huh? And they torture people for a living as well. Why? Because they can. Huh? So some of these people, like I told you about Epstein. Epstein, he had the torture ring. Yes, the man Epstein, he ran a torture ring. Okay, and I don't know if he had a cult. He most probably did have a cult, most probably. But these things don't really get spoken about enough, right? How you got these secret groups operating, and some of these people are secret assassins as well, and they take certain people out that speak truth, right? Because no one's watching over them. And that's the bad thing. They need someone to watch over them, or then they become a government. They become a government to themselves. So, bro, this stuff happens. Don't get it twisted, bro. Look at Tupac. Now, I'm not a fan of Tupac, but we know he was what you would call a Black Panther. His mother, Afeni, was a political prisoner. Political prisoner. Yes. So how do you know some of you brothers that are teaching? How do you know for 5 or 7 years? You might not even know this. You could be a political prisoner. Okay, that they don't want to let go. Look at what's his name? What's that African man? What's the African man? What's the African man? That was again. I'm not Gandhi. Was it? Is it Gandhi? Indian. Gandhi was. He was in prison for a long time. No violence. Gandhi. You have political prisoners. You know that, right? You have that. You have what they would call revolutionaries and all them things. Martin Luther's and Malcolm X's. Some of you have that in your blood type. That's your makeup. So they've dealt with people like this before, and they don't want to have to deal with people like that again. Now, the easiest thing to do is really get rid of you. Would that be one of the easiest things to do? But if the enemy can't do that, have you around and see what they can get from you. Because in this society, it's about being useful. See, Satan wants people that are useful to him. If you're not, listen, you're in Satan's what? If you're not useful to him, you're like, well, why are you here? Because you're just going to be a hindrance to my system. So this is real stuff. I'm not lying. There's certain things that have went down that people, they're not mentioned, well, because that pride, the pride, what certain people were doing, and what certain people still continue to do to this day. All right? Okay? So your cults are from the occult, which means hidden knowledge. But within the scriptures, that's what you call forbidden knowledge from Genesis. Let's go to Genesis. So there's people, don't get it twisted, there's people that know things. What are you using your knowledge for? Hmm? Are you using it for evil? Because if you're using it for evil, then that's not good, is it? It's like the Bible. You know the Bible, what I have. You know, there's certain people that use it for evil or to push their own agendas, right? I don't use it for that. I use it for prophecy and to uplift. Okay? But that's the danger. That's the danger of some certain people. You're gonna have to bear me just a minute. Genesis 3, it's what did it say? You shall not eat the fruit of you should not eat the fruit of the tree. That was a warning. If you eat it, thou shalt die. That's forbidden knowledge. So let's go to this. Forbidden knowledge, man, of the apple. And don't get it. Yeah, there was certain, and another thing, there was money put on you. There was money put on your head. I've told you that. I got videos, old videos of there was a bounty. This was about, I'll say 5 years going on now. This was a contractor. This was someone within your government, right? Some type of mayor. There was 100,000. I think it was a bit more. 100,000 bounty placed on my head. This was in 2000 and I think it was 2017, not 18. It was a bounty. But the thing is, there's when it comes to contracts, you have to stick to that contract. So what a lot you don't understand, yes, there's people that do contract work, paid, they get paid to do this, but when that time limit expires, they have to go their way. So the Lord Jehovah was protecting me from this. Bro, I'm talking real stuff. But you need to know the testimony. You need to know. Some say you're lucky to be alive. And this was early 2000, I think 18 or 17. I think it was. Or 2000, no, 2023. Yeah, this was a contracting, bro. And the police were involved as well. Because they had a red, this was a massive construction site and they had a police, you know when you get that blue and yellow, it says, I forgot the name of it. And they have the cameras, like some camera sight thing. But they have this technology, bro, where they can do these things. But something happened, and obviously the contract was over. So when the contract's expired, they can't go through now. So I've told you these things are very, very, very real. That's why, yeah, of course I'm cautious because if that would happen to you, you'd be cautious as well. They were trying to take me out, bro. They were trying to take me out in my sleep, bro. Give me a heart attack with some pulse energy thing. They didn't tell you that. Did they tell you that? Did they tell you that? When I was living with my father. Yeah, they're the same ones that got me kicked out my yards. Yes, bro. Did you know that? Did you know that? Yeah. And while I was living with my father, I found this when I was living with my father, I found out you had a bunch of people pulling up outside the house, scoping the house, and also they're on their phones and they was watching me. I don't know every in and out of everything, but it's like, how did that even start? Like, where did this begin? There's things they're not telling you, bro. But I don't care. I'm speaking my testimony. I'm letting you know. That was all weird, bro. That was all weird. We don't know. Were they trying to separate you from your family? What were they trying to do? It was very weird. I be living with my father. There'd be cars parked outside. By this time, I never fully knew about what they call gang stalking. It'd be same thing I see now. It'd be red, black, and white cars pull up outside my father's house. This would be early morning time, and they would run with the kids there, put the kids there. I just thought it was strange. But then that's when I started studying about what these people call a gang stalking and all that. Then yeah, you learn more about it, and that it's basically a government funded program where they use the NSA and all that, national security agencies and FBI and all that stuff. But I found it hard to believe that you mean to tell me the average people are being used. Now I do, yeah, they are involved, but brothers, no, it's spiritual, bro. It's spiritual. It's spiritual, bro. That's the only way I could. It's spiritual. Now, yeah, you have intelligence agencies and all that, but I don't believe it's all them intelligence agencies that control. I don't believe that. I believe it's spiritual. I believe the demons know who you are. I believe that because they knew who Yahushua was. And that's what I believe. Mm? Now they are connected. We know that, right? They're connected. You've seen it, right? The scratching of the head and the silly things they do. You see that, but no, I don't just believe it's one. You can't just say, oh, it's a government agency. No, because then you're giving that government agency all the power. They're not that powerful. Mm? These are people that have come into agreement. It's the world. John. It said in John 15, if you were of the world would love you as its own. But because you are not of this world, therefore the world hateth you. So this is a world thing. And who's this world governed by? This current world? Satan. So does this make sense now? It doesn't necessarily need to be the MI5 or no. The people they connected to a world system that is satanic. So yes, they love each other. If you're not of the world, now you got people that love, don't get it twisted. There's people that come up to me and I get a lot of people coming up to me, oh my daughter, she loves you. She's a fan and I get a lot of them. Oh my son is yeah, but it's remember the world is not for this. What we're teaching. It's not for that, it's against that. So don't be surprised when spirits start jumping in people and using them. Okay? Gotta speak our testimonies, brothers. Huh? Gotta speak it. I mean, this whole thing that they call stalking and all that stuff, that was probably happening to you way before. Well, not probably, it was happening to you way before you even recognized it. Now, one would say, well, what do you think? Do you think it was better that you never recognized that? In some, in some instances, yeah, you know why? Because then you'd be going about your life as usual, right? Now, say if you didn't know about none of that, you'd be going about your life as usual. Now, the problem is when people notice it, they let that change that shouldn't change your life. Because these things have been happening for years, bro. These things have been happening for years, bro. Now, the reason why you saw it, because Yahushua wanted you to see that, so you can be more circumspect and you could make better decisions. That's why he wanted you to, or then you wouldn't have seen it. You would have stayed asleep. Right? And they like to say that he's dying. He's dying. So, yeah, you were supposed to see it if Yahushua wanted you to see it. But he can't show you everything, because if he shows you everything, then you ain't going to be able to handle it. So he shows you little bits, right? He's dying. Yeah, they also say that he's dying. Well, the scriptures do say we die daily. Daily. King David said that. But the scripture says, I shall not die but live. So we're going to live. As long as the Lord Yahushua wants you to be here, you're going to be here. Okay? So we got to realize that, Brother Christian. Oh my gosh, she's got the butterfly top on as well. That's Project Monarch. You see, you got the Project Monarch, all those things, Brother Christian. Butterflies represents the Project Monarch. That's run by your army. The Project Monarch is run by military. You see the butterflies? The butterfly, well, that's scriptural. That butterfly represents a newness of life. A lot you don't know about these symbols, bro. Oh, this is military stuff, bro. Yeah, butterflies, right? And it's also sexual programming as well. Yeah, the butterfly, but it represents regeneration, right? What a lovely top. She's got butterflies on her top. Butterflies. You know what I'm saying? No hard feelings, Baba Kisha. I like that top though, Baba Kisha. Yeah, butterflies. This is bro. That's programming. Your mother may have that. Your auntie may have that. It's programming. Some of you, I never knew about none of this stuff. The cheetah. You see in women wearing the animal prints and all that. You're gonna see that with the gang stalking program. You're gonna see that now. Maybe once you never saw that before. The animal prints. That's these are authors that are created through trauma. Guess who creates the trauma? Yeah. Guess who creates the trauma? The army. How did they create the trauma? Several ways. Have you ever heard of satanic ritual abuse? You've got to let the scriptures come out. Through satanic ritual abuse. I've been through that. Bro, I've been through that heavy, bro. I've been through that heavy, bro. I still experience it today. That's how you create trauma. And when you can create a trauma, you can create an opening for a demon to be linked. Bro, it's quite complex. When you create trauma, you can send an entity to that person based on the trauma. They call it trauma-based mind control. Done through technology, by the way. When you hear people saying crack him, what do you think? What do you think that means? Cracking your outer layer of your brain, your thinking process, bro. That's what that means. Crack. So there's a lot of people that don't love you. If you love someone, you're not gonna say that, bro. I want my faculties. I need my faculties, man. Not your mental faculties. That's it. So what's the cracking? The cracking is of your front side of your cranium, and then they can embed their thoughts in there now. That's programming, bro. You ain't doing none of that round here, bro. You ain't doing none of that here. Think you're gonna embed your thoughts here? It's not. Well, it's as complex as you want it to be. All right. That's how you get programming, and there's different levels of it. We're all under a programming, whether you want to accept it or not. All of us. There's different levels. You have to, in order to be in this. If you want to be in the system, you have to deal with the programming. You have to deal with it. Let's go back to the scriptures. So I just thought I'd just bring up my testimony. Yeah, there was a 100,000 bounty. There was an insurance policy out on me as well. If anything was to happen to me, right? And I'm not mentioning names, but listen, man, my outlook on life, I still stay positive. But is there trauma there? Of course, there's little bits of trauma there. Wouldn't you be traumatized if you went through all that stuff? You know? Hold on. Wouldn't you be a little bit traumatized, bro? Come on. The tactics they've used on me, this would break the strongest men in. This would break the strongest operatives, bro. The tactics they've used on me, and this is a no-touch program, no touch. So you're dealing with. If it's no touch, you're dealing with. It's a psychological warfare on steroids. Plus, you got to deal with the spiritual warfare and the way everything happened. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I want to go to this. I want to speak more because I want you to know my testimony so you can be like, wow, you went through that and you still got a smile on your face. Nah, 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 nah. Let's go, something. Children over there, man. Good shot. Psalms 124. If it had not been the Lord Jehovah who was on our side, now Israel will say, if it had not been the Lord Jehovah who was on our side, when men rose up against us, then they would have swallowed us up quick when their wrath was kindled against us. If it wasn't for the Lord, bro, I would have been, oh my gosh. That's why I'm thankful for him. Bro, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. There's only so much the body can endure. The body, bro. The things they do to your body as well. I don't even want to go into that. Don't even want to go into that. I knew something was wrong. I knew something was wrong when I was when I was in my father's house. All that happened for a reason. When I was in my father's house, right? And anytime I would do a lesson, right? This is how this thing started as well. When I started to notice things, anytime I would do a lesson, or I would go out, I would notice that gradually there would be like a bike revving. And I thought, oh, it's just a bike revving, a motorbike. Say you go to a field, there'd be a bike revving. Oh, it's nothing. Then you go the second time, hold on a minute. Now there's a lawnmower. Nah, it's just lawnmowing. Then you go the third time. This was early on within the program. Then the third time now, you go out and that same moped is revving. Then you're like, no, something's going on now. Something, and these are different times, right? These are different times. So the fourth time now, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna go to the field. I'm gonna stay indoors. I'm gonna do this lesson. And I thought, hold on, something more is going on here. And I've always been, well, scripture, right? So I'm looking into the scriptures now. I'm like, something's definitely going on, right? I'm getting on the train, public transport. I don't take public transport as much. Fuck public transport. I'm getting on the train, and I'm starting to notice certain conversations are being held on the train about what I've got in my house. What I've got when I'm living with my father. What was in the house? For example, say I had some pink Himalayan salt on a table. A woman will say, you know that pink Himalayan salt? That's when I knew I was definitely being surveilled by some type of group or some type of people. Yes. Then from on there, you start to see other things because really it's the Lord Jehovah that wanted you to see that for your own protection as well. But he doesn't want you to see everything that, because guess what? You wouldn't be able to handle it. The scripture says concerning evil, be simple concerning evil. You don't have to look over there, what every evil that's happening, don't put your mind on that. So we also have to be simple concerning evil. The Lord never called you into this truth to monitor evil. Oh, there's evil over there. There's evil over there. And there's evil. He didn't call you into the truth to be hyper vigilant to evil. First Peter's 5:9, he did say, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, like the devil or roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. So he did tell you to be sober and vigilant. Because when you're sober, you're clear-minded. And when you're clear-minded, you can see around you. Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking who he's going to devour. I've told you, a lion is predatorial. So this is speaking about man. It's not the devil in a form of man, right? Like a lion, walketh about. So yeah, you also have predators that will watch you and look for an opening. Now, back to the topic. All this stuff started to go on. It was one thing, bro, because the veil's getting removed from your eyes now. You ever watch that movie? What's that movie? What's that movie? Truman Show. They Live. He puts on the shades, right? Have I got my shades? Hold on. Yeah, let's do it. When what's his name? That wrestler. He puts on the shades, and every time he puts on them shades, He's able to see beyond the veil, right? What's really going on. But then when he takes off the shades, he doesn't see it. So yeah, listen, this is deep. But you don't need to share this with everyone. You share it with the brothers that know. You gotta know. It's the awakening, right? Some call it awakening, enlightenment, right? Some weird stuff was happening. Then it got to the point where I started seeing people with tattoos, and these were not any tattoos. These were like these people had like they had a their presence. They had like a kind of rough gangster military presence to them, right? Then I would go somewhere, and every time I would go somewhere, I'd get off the train. The police car would always be outside of the train station. So there was shit going on a long time ago. But that's what I was saying. When you focus on these things, you're giving it energy. You don't need to worry. If you're going about your day and you're doing what you're supposed to be, you don't need to worry. But all these things were happening. So how long were these people watching? How long have these people been watching you for? Since you're a baby? Like how long? How long? Right? How long? A lot of this stuff happens covertly, right? Then when you notice it becomes overt. That's when they really show you. That's when they start showing you. But a lot of this stuff happens covertly. I can't speak for all. I can't speak for all of you, but that's my experience. Then just after that, just so many different things start happening. That man is crazy, is mad. Because demons, Ephesians 6 and 12. I sound like a broken record. 10. Put on the what's it? Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Wiles is tricks, for we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities and so forth. So the demons, they don't want you to know that is principalities. They want you to focus on the person that's doing it, and they want you to think, well, it's that person in the flesh. No, that person's being used, bro. It's being used. Do some people know what they're doing? The ones that have initiated, yes, they do, because they've given themselves over to that. But most of the people, they don't know what they're doing. They can be used. Spirits can jump in people, in and out of people. That's my experience, and that's not a quarter of it. I am telling you, I don't need to tell you all of it, but it's strange. Then you realize, hold on, people are getting moved in. This is early. This ain't new to me. When I talk about people getting moved into towns, this I'm telling you, we're living with father, and all of a sudden, I'm seeing people with suitcases, and they're moving in, and they're buying people out. People are getting moved out. New people are getting moved in, right? Then I start seeing the change with the neighbors, the neighborhood, right? They start doing certain things, like crazy stuff. Bro, it's crazy. 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 It felt like something. It felt like something was moving in on me. That's what it felt like. Something was moving in on me. Now, being where I am now I'm able to see what was happening. Because years down the line, right, you're able to see now. But that was mad. That was mad. Right? That was mad. Then with the electrics and all that, them attacks, that started happening as well. Like, bro, it was madness. Yeah, yeah, it was madness. And there was cars being told to pull up outside the house. Same thing that happens now. Rev the engine. So again, I told you I'm not new. I'm not new to this. I'm not. I'm not new to this. That was happening, but this is 5 years ago. So these people, guess what they tried to do? It's so bad. They tried to violate you and your family. And I'm a man of honor, bro. You don't violate me. You don't violate my family, bro, bro. And when I would go into the store, say I would go into Sainsbury's, they were already cars parked up outside there, bro. Hey, bro, Kisha, this was mad. This is a little testimony. And anytime I go to a store, it's like they were trying to time that. It's madness. It's madness. It's madness. I remember once I went into this store and some African guy was like to the shopkeeper, "He's here." What did he say? He's here. He's here. He's here. You know the scripture says, even the demons fear and tremble. They fear you, man. Demons fear you, especially if you're walking in your authority. I never forget that. An African man. He's here. He's here. Oh my God, you have power. I tell you, you have power. You have authority over these spirits, but you can't be timid. You have to walk in that authority and the word of Yahweh Shai. Yeah, even the demons fear and tremble. But that was my first. Yeah, bro. I wanted to know what was going on. I used to leave early, 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 early. I know a lot of you probably think that's strange. I used to leave at about 6, 5 o'clock. I would jump on the train and I would go to teach, and I would end up in my location about 7 o'clock. And even at the early times, guess what I would see? People would be out at them times, bro. Guess who they were on that train? These were occultists. So how? How? These were witches. These were witches and warlocks on trains, bro. I remember I used to get on the train. The train would be packed out with people, packed out, and they're all just looking at you, or they're all acting weird. Oh, they're not gonna mention that though, are they? But it doesn't matter because that's of the past now. They've already been defeated. Look where we are now. Look where we are now. That's how your ranking comes from what you go through. You get ranking. That's how you get your ranking. They've done been trying to bring brothers down. They've done been watching us for years, bro. Some of our lives are like the Truman Show, literally. They've seen what we've overcome. They've seen that. Because they were the ones that were doing it. They were the ones that were doing it. So they've seen what you've overcome. It's amazing. It's amazing. What Yahweh does, how he strengthens us. It's amazing. He was protecting, and a lot of things, he was protecting you from a lot of things as well. Removing you from places you shouldn't have been. Now, don't get it twisted. All that I'm telling you about, I still go for it today. You know that, right? But I deal with it better because I know what it is. Oh, yeah. I used to get that as well. You would go somewhere, right? And you would get a man that would jump out of their car. I'm talking about gang members. They would jump out the car. I remember I used to get that at night time. They would jump out the car. Then you would see a police officer right around the corner. Obviously, that police officer told that gang member, yeah, jump, intimidate him. This is real. This program ain't no joke. Basically, is Satan coming at you. That's yeah, coming at you. And we know he hates God's children. Why? Because they're blessed, and he ain't gonna make it in the kingdom. So what's he gonna do? He's gonna, you know, put pressure on you. But by the blood of Yahweh Shai, we've overcame him. Let me just check the time. By the blood of Yahweh Shai, we've overcame him. I hope you're enjoying this as well. This testimony, bro. That's just a quarter of the testimony. We might do different parts of it. We might do different parts of it. Bro, I've been in wars. You want to say battles? No, I've been in wars. Yeah, real wars. Yes. Right? We're not talking about real wars, brothers. Where government are sending for you. A lot of you don't know. You complaining about persecution. A lot of you complain about persecution. Imagine getting tortured. That's another topic. Imagine getting tortured. Imagine your family at one point turning against you because of EMF waves are being used on them and they don't even realize they're doing it. You lot you don't know about no persecution and no hardship, bro. You really want to know about hardship? No, you don't know about hardship, man. I'm coming out the other side of war as well. Like my testimony, bro. I should write a book. I should write a book, bro. Get a book published or something. How do you do that? How do you actually write a book and get it published? You gotta find out, bro. That's why I'm grateful, man. I don't have much in terms of physical. I'm just grateful to still be here, right? A lot of you complaining, ungrateful, man, right? I come out of that war, bro, and that's a lot of people not telling you that, right? We're not talking about no little gang war with people have pistol. We're not talking about that. We're talking about psychologically and physical, mental. That's wow, wow. Once you've done that, you can overcome anything now. You can overcome. That's what they're not telling you. And now I've went through all that. Now you know what they still do. They try to what's it? Make you second guess yourself. Once you've overcome that, bro, you could run a multi-million business. You could be a leader. You could do all of that now because you overcame that. That's for you not to keep it to yourself. That's for you to share with other people. Now, you don't go through these things so you can keep it to yourself. Wow. Let's see what else we got. Well, we're still on Psalms 124 and 5. 4. Then the waters had overwhelmed us. The stream had gone over our soul. I had them days where it felt like I was being drowned by that water. It was overcoming me. Then the proud waters had gone over our soul. Blessed be the Lord Jehovah, who have not given us as a prey to their teeth. People don't make it through this, bro. This type of stuff. Some people turn bitter. They turn aggressive. Man, some are in the psyche wards. Yeah, remember there was papers, there was cults that signed a paper to get you in the psyche ward. There was cults that were involved in this. There was mental magic that was being done. There was spell work. There was practitioners. There was deals with doctors, with hospitals. This was going on. That's why early on within your program, the first thing they were saying was mad, right? Yeah, mad. Mad. Wow. And the reason why they say that, because they don't want you to see the demons that are operating in them. Right? The demons in their faces, man. But you overcame that. Now you can move forward now. Now it's you have to share that with others, man. That's why when people tell me, when they, you know that quote, oh, he hasn't changed, he's not changing. And bro, what? 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 What, bro? Are you sure? Are you okay? He hasn't changed. Have you seen what this brother's been through? Look at the timeline. Look at the timelines. How this brother's moved forward. How he's learnt from that, this and that. Come on. Still lying again. Still being a devil. That's what the devil is, a deceiver. Oh, doing it. What they're probably going to say today. He's doing the same thing again today. Hold on. I'm at a different spot today. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Same thing. Yeah, yeah, yep. Well, hold on. You go to work, what, 9 to 5, right? How much, what, is it 7 days a week? Huh? You probably cook your dinner at the same time, right? You cook your dinner at the same time. That's the same thing. You probably get the same train to work. Same thing. Bro, I'm too intelligent. I'm too smart for you to run that on me. Right? I'm too smart for you to run that on me. Now, yeah, it's the same thing in terms of what's another thing they say? And again, once again, yeah, once again, the scripture says, keep not silence and give them no rest, man, until Jerusalem is made a praise in the earth. Of course, this is repetitive, and I love repetitiveness. You know why? The reason I was able to get where I am today was yeah, he's laughing. Because he knows the reason why I was able to get where I am today. You know how? Through through repetitiveness. Through repetitiveness. The reason Michael Jordan was such a great, one of the greatest basketball player, because repetitiveness. When everybody went home, he was still training in the dark. The reason Floyd Mayweather is one of the greatest boxers, repetitiveness. The reason why Usain Bolt was one of the best runners, repetitiveness. Right? You're only gonna get better. You're only gonna get better. The more you do something and you work upon that craft, you're gonna get better, not worse. Now there may be certain things you do and you learn like that wasn't so good, that didn't work for me. Solomon talked about error and trial. Solomon said, I tested mirth, madness. Solomon tried everything underneath the sun, what worked for him and what did not work. And with that, guess what he was able to do? Have an assessment of what he should put his mind upon, what was beneficial, what was not beneficial for him. This is how you're gonna grow. That's how you're gonna grow. You're not gonna grow by doing less of something. You're gonna grow by doing more of something. Then you're gonna find your niche. Oh yeah, that works for me. That definitely works for me. That wasn't so good. That's how you're gonna get better. So when people come with that nonsense, and again, has it changed? Yeah, it has changed. Definitely. Because my mindset ain't the same as it was a year ago. Transformation, baby. Levels. Level the lot. Guess who levels you up? Yeah, I'm saying he levels you up. So therefore, the spiritual warfare will be more intense as well because he levels you up. Okay. That's why. Also, another thing now. I'm no longer living with my parents anymore. Moved out a long time ago. But now, guess what I've experienced? Still symptoms of gang stalking. Via, guess who they've sent? No. I'm not going to tell you who sent them, but people have been sent into my life. Narcissists, yes. COVID narcissists have now been sent into my life. Why? To stop you. See, this is real. New level, new devil. People are still gonna be sent. They're on assignment. There's people that have been assigned to me. And they're assigned to basically keep you at one level. Or try to keep you in a loop. You ever heard of a loop? You ever heard of a feedback loop? When you're just doing a set again and going round and round and like the merry-go-round. They get paid to do that. That's where your cult members come in. But you can break that by changing routine and doing different things. I love to draw. I'm an artist as well. I'm not just one thing. I'm many things. I'm an artist. I'm a musician. I like playing the harp. Right? I like riding. I find it very healthy, very fit. Right? I like doing a bit of boxing, shadow boxing, and Tai Chi. That's a new one. Yes, I've actually met a Tai Chi practitioner. I've met a lot of people on this journey. We don't just do. What do you think we just do? Just sit there levitating all day? No, we do things, man. But it's people that are lying. You got people that are making up lies, right, about us, right, and trying to get us hemmed up and so forth. So that's just a quarter of the testimony. You know what we got to do? We got to do more testimony videos. You might get a second part, right? You might get a second part of it if you're lucky. Let's see what else we got. We're still on Psalms 124 and 7. Our soul has escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowler. So it does say, yes, our soul has escaped. Okay, that could have been it for you. But the Lord Jehovah had it that we escaped. Oh, good shit, man, good shit. We escaped, and they secretly record you on their phones. That's deep fake. Another experience. You're gonna have people walking past you. Sometimes they're gonna act like they're on their phone, and the camera's gonna be pointing your direction. That's also, someone told me, that's trafficking lingo. Not everybody that's trafficking does that, but some traffickers do that to notify where you are on the camera. But they're gonna do that. They're gonna have their phone situated, and it's gonna be directing you. They also have deep fake, and they have apps, and these apps are, what's it? They're social media apps, and these social media apps are also linked in with police and fusion centers. Yes, we're gonna get back to scriptures. These apps that they're using are linked in with a flipping fusion center. The fusion center, that's like FBI stuff. So these people, bro, don't look at them like they're good people, because they're not good people. They're linked in with and police. So that's why you're gonna see a lot of during your day. You're gonna see police, because with some of these members, this is an app, brothers, with your face on it. I've never seen it. Nobody's ever come up to me and said, "Look, this is your face," and it's. I don't need to do that. I've done my research, because when all this was happening, obviously I wanted to know what was going on, because I've never seen nothing like that. It was creepy at first. I was like, wow, where were these people coming from? Why are they able to step out the house on time and time me? I wanted to know. So I inquired. We're gonna go back to this. And it says, our soul has escaped as a bird out of the snare of a fowler. Remember, this man is a hunter. Esau was a cunning hunter. He lays traps, that's his job. The snare is broken and we are escaped. There's many times where there's been traps and we escape from them. Our hope is in the name of the Lord Jehovah who made heaven and earth. It says it. Who made heaven and earth, brothers? Okay? Heaven and earth. So, back to the topic. I wanted to know, what's going on? What is this? Never really experienced something like this before. Not that I was aware of it. So, now I started doing research. I looked up this term. I don't even know how I found the video. But I came up with this term. It was called gang stalking. So I started watching videos, and other people were speaking about very, very similar things. People walking out the same time you're walking out. Um, Voices. You're having voices, right? And the voices that, what they call it, the technology thing, the V2K and all that. So it was very similar. Very, very, very similar. And it wasn't just the cars that they were used, the tinted out cars and the revving. I wanted to know what was really got. So I looked at these videos, and they were mentioning the same thing I was going through, right? But the thing is, Rat was also, gotta be careful, because guess what I found out? Now, when this stuff's happening to you, it's done so you could run to who? So you can run to the dark side. Yes, see. Guess what? Not all, but most of these so-called videos that they talk about gang stalking, be careful, because a lot of people are going to call themselves targeted individuals. They're not so-called targeted, right? So you're going to have people that call themselves targeted individuals, but they're not targeted. They are not targeted at all, right? They're there to sway you and deceive you. And a lot of these videos I was watching, right? There's a lot of misinformation, okay? And yeah, there's a lot of misinformation, right? But there's good information, but there's a lot of misinformation. But one thing they never really tell you, I was watching videos and it's like, hold on a minute, but the person doing the video on gang stalking is an occultist. I want to say that again. You would watch these videos, but you'd be like, hold on a minute. Well, you got these people talking about this, but they're occultists. So why do you have these occultists doing videos on gang stalking? Don't you think that was a bit of a trap? Don't you think? Because within the program, the people that do it, Yeah, their belief system is the occult. That's their belief system. So it's basically designed to get you in their belief system. Then when you start watching them videos, guess what starts happening? This thing starts playing out even more, right? Have you noticed that? It starts increasing, right? It starts increasing. So the people that were doing videos upon it, they so happen to be occultists. And you think that was a bit strange? So you have to be careful what you're watching. Okay? You have to be careful what you're watching and what you're giving your energy to. Okay? There's many traps out here. The enemy is very deceitful. Um, this is based on, what do you call it? The law of attraction. You know what the law of attraction is? You think about something enough, you look at it enough, you think about it enough, that becomes your reality. That's why I always say, with this program, we'll stop thinking about it all the time. People are going to do what they're going to do. Stop thinking about it all the time. Right? Oh, this stuff is powerful and it's very psychological. Very, very. Right? Very. With the public transport thing, what I would do, I'll go somewhere and there would always be someone there. So that was basically creating a situation where it felt like I was doing the same thing all the time. Bro, it's designed to do that. Mental, excuse my language, mental fuck you. It's a mental thing. Ooh. It's a mental thing. Understand? But you have to use the scriptures and see it for what it is. And don't get drawn in to it. I know all the traps. I know, listen, I'm well studied. I'm built up in this now. It's about your perception as well. Right? It's about your perception of this. How do you perceive it? Mm. If you perceive it as all negative, then that's how your experience is going to be. If you perceive it as positive, that's how your experience is going to be. Right? You have to be spiritual about this. Huh? That way, then he had you there. Then he had you there. Yeah, see, so you have to be spiritual about this. It's about your perception. Are you seeing it as all evil? Do you believe it has power over you? If you believe it has power, then it start having power over you. The people that design this were very, very smart, very smart. What's it? Let me tell you something. It's run by your psychologists. You have psychologists, Psalm 64, and not any type of psychologist. These are top level psychologists, right? And it's done by a handler, Psalm 64. They inquire a diligent search. The thought of every one of them is deep. Oh yeah, they know your mother, they know your mother's mother's mothers. They even got their DNA. They know your grandmother because she's probably a part of their organizations. Yes, right. This is a black ops type of. This is black ops stuff, bro. Black ops type of stuff. This ain't no joke. But there's different levels for different brothers. Okay, so they have psychologists that have studied you from young. They knew you from young. They knew the talent. They knew the powers that you had from young, from birth. They knew your mother because your mother had a handler, your father had a handler. They knew them, yes. Right? Your handler's pissed off. This could have started because of your handler. And the moment you come to serve the Lord, you have to remember your handler. Basically, your handler is someone that they guide you, they set you up to in a certain path, whether that's Freemason or more. So your handler could have been pissed off. Why? Because now you're serving the Lord, you have a shy. And he already had something set out for you and your family. It could start that easy. That easy. And but because you're not doing it now, so you may have a handler that he didn't want to let go of you. Look at the Truman Show. Look at the Truman Show. The Truman Show, you had that man right behind the screen that was basically watching Truman. I forgot the man's name, but it was always behind a screen. That was his handler, and he knew Truman's father, and he knew Truman's fears. He knew his fears. His fear was water because his father drowned in water. So when he tried to escape by the ship, that didn't work too well for him. And then when Truman would go, there would be a blockade of people that were trying to stop him from going there, reaching there. This is heavy. Watch them documentaries, man. Right? Watch them documentaries. You're gonna be edified with this lesson. You're gonna be edified. Hella edification. If you got a notepad, pick up your notepads, pick up your pens and pencils. Write these things down. All right? It's an illusion. But it's an illusion. The only one that could stop you is yourself, basically. Because everything they listen. I've heard conversations. People saying, "Bro, we've tried it. We've done everything. We've done everything. He ain't gonna budge. We've lied against him. We've turned people against him. We've tried to turn his family against him. We've set up people in his neighborhood. We've tortured him. We've tried to kill him. Um, we've messed with his housing. We've poisoned his food. Yeah, they do also do that as well. Don't get it twisted. When you go into a chicken store, you think they're not doing that? They poison your food, and now you got the shits. How is he still alive? They've done everything. Everything. They know the things you like. Because when you're on the internet, they see them searches. They know what women you like. They even know some of your habits. They know those things. It's called an algorithm. So when these algorithms, they got these things. They study you. They try to tempt you. I've had someone that have said that. Listen, we've tried everything. This person can't be compromised. That makes you very, very dangerous. That makes you very dangerous. Very dangerous. That's why I'm saying now, at this point of time, nothing is impossible, bro. Chase your dream that Yahushua has showed you, bro. Live. We've died. I've died. I've died already. I've died already. Was it the fair? Was it the fair? Live. You're not living now because you're still letting this program define who you are. They've seen what you've overcome. Nothing's impossible now. Live. Somebody's even talking about it. Live, man. You're in survival mode, bro. You've passed that now. You're still gonna get that. You get people that come out right in their hundreds and all that. Try to scare you, brother. Live. We're dead to this world, but we're alive in Yahweh Shai. Live. No, the survival modes. That's done now. When you're in survival modes, that's not living, bro. It's you surviving. You're looking over your shoulder. Is this person gonna do this? No. Yahweh never gave you that truth so you can be in that. No. That's not of God. The program, it tries to put limitations on you. Now, we do have limitations, but the limitations that Yahweh Shai puts upon us, that's the limitation. It's not what man puts upon you. I know. You know what? I still got more. I still got a bit more in me. I still got more in me. There's still things you have not seen, right? And a lot of people, they that's what they want to see. That's what they want to see. What else has he got? What else has he got? Still got more, but be patient with it. Don't rush it. Be patient. Our army, I've met some. I've met some interesting people, man. Interesting people on this. Very interesting. All walks of life. Right? One military man said to me, with his wife, he's the one that said that. He said, listen. Yeah. And this is what I used to write at me. He said, listen. come on, you don't want to be mediocre. Listen, you got more in you. You got more in you, man. You got more in you. And he said personally, he was the type of individual could put a gun to his head, he still wouldn't give up. So it's it's interesting, man. It's interesting, very interesting. Okay, very interesting, bro. That's why people fear you, bro. Right? And yeah, you are respected, by the way. You are respected, right? Someone that's willing to die for what they believe, that's a dangerous person, bro. Okay, that's why you ain't gonna get me to stop teaching this truth. Got people say, quit, give up, give up. Nah, this is my bread and butter. Not giving this up. Okay, what? Way too far to give this up. Okay, this is my baby right here. Oh, okay, sure. Right now, some advice with the stalking thing. It's really people watching you. Some call it stalking. It's really just people watching you. So what you're gonna have people come out. They watch you for a certain time. They can't be out all day watching you. So they take turns. It's called um changing shifts. So what these people do, they change shifts. So they have one person come out, another person come in, another person come out, another person come out. They're changing shifts, brothers. That's what they're doing. Okay, and that's how you're being watched. That's how it's being done. That's how they're watching you. Because they can't watch you 24/7. Nobody can do that. So they would change shifts of different people. They can use your UPS worker. They could use your neighbors. They could use many different people. Okay? I'm going to shut off here because I need to get something. I need to collect something at home. I forgot something. Forgot my water. And I put it in the freezer and I put it in a glass and I hope it don't break. I hope this was edifying. Until the next time. Shalom.